Alright, so I want to take some time to talk about this. Local LLMs versus hosted LLMs. There's a good debate between whether you should go with local or hosted LLMs, which are token based LLMs where you pay as you use the tokens. This typically are 1 million tokens, and then you start paying from there. Um, we'll be looking at different prospects and different ways that we're getting the values, and we're gonna be looking for the best value on the best price point. So, um, if you're looking for local LLMs, there will be the best choice. If you're looking for the best choice, you'll be getting fill 4 14 billion parameters, and coin 2.5 max 32 billion parameters, which is the latest one that released. And so if you're looking at the performance, 5.4 with can run mostly on any device, especially on my Mac and 4. This model performs pretty good in benchmarks. It's comparable to GPT-4o, which is pretty good model. And if you're looking at it, point 2.5, which is actually closed source, but 2.5 variants family is somewhat they're in the line that are open source. But Max, just to get a understanding, Max is scoring about at the same level as GPT-4. So it's comparable, or it's actually sometimes surpassing GPT-4o in some tasks, according to this benchmark. But that's not open source. Open source, if you're looking for the best one, is 72 billion parameters, 3.2 quite, which has a context length of 128,000 tokens, which is not much, but that's pretty much the average context window for models. But the problem with this model is that the performance is pretty good. Over here, as you can see, it's outperforming in some ways a Llama 3.1 400 billion parameters, which probably cannot run on any device that most people have, the average devices that people have. But GPT Coin 2.5 is 72 billion parameters. Even though it's less, it's probably not going to run on most devices that we have today. I think if I try to run it on my Mac M4, it will drastically be slower and slow down my Mac with it, so I cannot do other tasks while running this model. It's not worth it, basically. So Phil 5.4 is the best model in performance and demand. It can run on most devices and it's giving you the best performance out there. So if you're looking at that, the best performance you're getting is Phil 4. It's no GPU needed, and benchmarks are close to GPT-4. And you're saving almost $10 or $12 if you're looking at GPT-4o. But there's a drawback when using this model. If I show you the demo here, so I got GPT-4 running locally here, and if I ask a question, let's say make a late game and a now. This is the 14 billion parameter, and as this is running, I want you to look at the speed of this model. And mind you, this is running on 8 gigabytes of RAM in Mac 4. So As you can see, this is not the best in terms of speed, and we'll see the quality of the code and the response. All right, so it has finished the response. It took about, I'll say, a minute. Um, so it was running on 8 tokens per second, which is not the best. It took 2 minutes to get this response, and the game basically I'm running the best. So over here, the game does not respond, which is a fail. So it took 2 minutes and it failed the first try to make this game, which is not good. Most models will most models will get this right, but 5.4 actually failed on the first try. You can redo it. You can tell it. You give the error to the model, and it will fix it. But waiting for 2 minutes is too long, even though I have a pretty good machine. I know it's not 16 gigabytes of RAM, but still. So if you're looking at the offering from cloud API providers, we are getting really good performance. And if you're looking at the best models we have are the top 3 are DeepSeek R1, the reasoning model, Gemini 2 Flash, which is for free, O3 Meg, which has released recently today. So if you're looking at the newest model from DeepSeek, we're getting a relatively really good price. You're looking at about $1 for a million tokens, which is different from the local LLMs. Local LLMs will be free, but over here you'll be paying for $1 for a million tokens. O3, which gives you a little bit better performance from DeepSeek R1. It's almost the same price, a little bit more than DeepSeek R1, but around there. It's almost $2. And the performance you're getting from DeepSeek R1 is way better than 5.4 because its capability to reason, it makes it better in terms of reasoning and coding and math. So this model over here scores generally better than benchmarks than GPT-4o, which 5 core is about. And O3, the recent release model, is for my testing in short time. I have found that it's a little bit better, not too much better than R1, but it's a great model to use if you're looking for reasoning models. So if you look at the benchmarks, these benchmarks are way better than Phil 5 core, which is the best model as we discussed. But it's actually not free, but you're still getting good price. Look over here, if we compare the benchmarks, let's say for uh on math or human in belts, we're getting about 86% performance, and O1 Mini is getting 89 on the or 85 on LMLU. You can kind of see the differences between these two models. And generally, there's no way that a non-reasoning model is going to be better than a reasoning model, which can check its response and fix its problems as as a as a reasoning through its chain of thought. So why API is there? I'll say as we're getting further along, even though local LLMs might be the future, but for not for 5 years, we'll start seeing in for the next 5 years that LLMs will be much better if you're using API. There will be low cost. They will get significantly low cost over time. The bigger models will make the smaller models better, and those smaller models will be better for low cost. You get better reasoning. You get a reasoning model just like O3 meeting just came out, and it's actually almost 90% cheaper than O1, which was the best model before. So, and it's gonna be faster over time as we improve the smaller models with the bigger models, action models. They'll be faster and running because we can have less parameters that are synthetically generated data from the bigger models, and we get better performance overall. Larger, this when you're running this API, you can run multiple query and larger forms. It won't depend your machine. You're kind of bringing up your GPU and your hardware, and you're getting better performance on your Mac or PC, and you're getting the benefit of AI. Overall, that's why I think that APIs are better and low cost. They are overall low cost, and the performance is better than local LLMs that we have available today. Thank you for watching, and